that we have tonight.
Good night.
Denying Scott Russell's selection to the world team. He uncorked a huge throw in the men's javelin competition. His fifth attempt traveled 80 meters 17. They measured it twice to confirm a Canadian record.
A great yell from him to boost that javelin a little bit farther out into the field. Scott has thrown 74.44 meters already this year, a huge improvement of over 6 meters.
6'8" Scott Russell, a former #1 ranked junior in the world, is now the #1 ranked Canadian in the javelin as a result of this tremendous effort in the 5th round, a throw of 80 meters .17.
Here's the other Scott Russell on CBC television, the new Canadian record holder in the javelin with a throw of 80 meters 17 here to win this championship. Can you put into words what that means in your young career?
Oh, it's definitely great. I didn't know what to expect coming into the day, but knew I was capable of 80 meters, and it happened.
Sure did. 1998, you were the junior champion, the junior leader in this sport in this country. 3 years later, you're the senior champion. What has it taken to get to this spot?
A lot of dedication, going through a little bit of injuries and that, rehabbing the injuries, coming back healthy to this one was a great opportunity for me to throw that far.
Now you've managed to get the minimum standard. You've won the event here. Now you have to wait a decision of Athletics Canada as to whether you go to the World Championships.
That's correct. I'm just waiting now. If they decide to send me, I'll be there. I'm glad to be there.
And what would it mean to you to really throw with the big boys?
Oh, I think I'll be in shock when I first get there, just seeing that people that I have up on my walls, but it'll be a great experience.
Scott, congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you later in August.
Oh, thanks again.
On the track, Donovan Bailey leads the men's 100-meter finalists to the start line. We'll have his race and the renewal of a great rivalry in the men's 1500. As we look ahead to the World Championships in August.
Royal Bank Financial Group Athletic Series, Canadian Track and Field Championships. Brought to you by Royal Bank Financial Group. Make the most of your dreams.
A total of 8 meet records at the Canadian Track and Field Championships this year, including the impressive newcomer Achraf Tadili in the 800, Snyder and Tunks dominant as usual in the throws. But the most impressive, coming from the giant from Windsor, Scott Russell's Canadian and championship record in the men's javelin. Canadian athletes have been put to the test, national champions have been declared, and the best have made it to the Canadian team for the World Championships in athletics in August. Commonwealth Stadium, newly renovated, has passed its dress rehearsal with flying colors. And so we will reconvene here in Edmonton in a month's time for the World Championships in athletics for the first time on North American soil.
Is a special presentation of CBC4.
Majesty, rugged strength, an environment where only the fittest survive. To this land and water are drawn the world's finest athletes, poised to sparkle. Edmonton welcomes the world as the city of champions embraces the highest achievers of track and field. Championships. That's the new name for the Federation. Thank goodness for acronyms. As you see, fans filing into beautifully refurbished Commonwealth Stadium here in Edmonton on a simply perfect, hot August night. And yes, the answer to your first question this evening, it is a complete sellout tonight, 40,000 full summer night for the first day of a 10-day celebration of the finest in athletics. Our location is just down at the south end of Commonwealth Stadium. That big blue facade is where the media studios are all set up. Also down below is where Mark Lee will be in the mix zone, they call it, where you'll have a chance to...
Head coach Les Gramantic gathered his troops in Calgary on Monday, Canada's largest entry ever for the World Championships in athletics. Recent glory on the track has been produced by the sprinters. Donovan Bailey in Atlanta adding Olympic gold to his 1995 World Championship. And Bruni Cern, twice a silver medalist at the Worlds, including Seville, where he equaled Bailey's 9.84 standard. However, trouble brewed between the speedsters and the coach. Misunderstanding was the main means of communication. Headlines shouted out the discourse just days from the start of the World Championships. The top two sprinters and the coach seemed miles apart. Reason did prevail eventually, and unity was restored. For Bailey, a trip to Edmonton in June produced another national title and one last chance to represent Canada at the Worlds. Canada's star emphasis has shifted to the field athletes like Jason Tunks. The 6'6" London, Ontario strongman performed well at the Olympics and is ranked among the top few in the world. Shot putter Brad Snyder has steadily progressed towards world-class status. The Windsor native has extended the national record this season. And Mark Boswell continues his fine form. He led the way for Canada's jumpers in Sydney, and his 2:31 at the Francophone Games indicated he's on course for contender status in Edmonton. On the horizon are young stars like Windsor's Scott Russell, who made a dramatic debut this year with a national record throw. Perdita Felicien of Pickering, Ontario has come on strong in the 100-meter hurdles, run consistently good times and promised to get even better. Also, sprinter Nicholas Macrazaner has chased down Donovan Bailey at the Nationals and has Olympic experience under his belt. He's one to watch. Canada's team hoping to create a sound foundation for the future.
The athlete surrounding himself with his universe and now completely occupied with his or her body. The Quest, production number 1.
Le pays hôte, Canada. Le Canada.
Athletes representing Team Canada, 38 men, 32 women. Glenroy Gilbert, Canada's brilliant sprinter, longtime anchor both spiritually and physically of the 4x100 relay teams, always ran the backstretch, native of Ottawa. He's such an ambassador for the sport. That's a really great honor for the Olympic gold medalist.
So exciting for all of these athletes to be participating in an event in North America, where we've mentioned track isn't perhaps as popular as it is elsewhere in the world, and this will maybe generate a lot more interest for their sport.
So, yeah. Alec Gardner, former head of Athletics Canada there, now with the High Performance Center in Winnipeg, just went through our shot.
We promised Mounties.
Mesdames et messieurs, les athlètes des 8e championnats du monde d'athlétisme de l'IAAF. The athletes 8th IAAF World Championships in Athletics. Please rise and join Tanner Purcell.
Canadian Championships at Commonwealth Stadium earlier this summer was Scott Russell's performance in the men's javelin. At that meet, he became the first man to throw 80 meters plus and Last night he's at it again. As you can see, he already had a throw of 80.04 as he stepped up for his third attempt in the javelin qualifying. New Canadian record, 81.66. The native of Windsor. Just routine. And you know, with that throw, he actually eliminated Steve Backley, a silver medalist in World Championship and Olympic competition. Unfortunately, the bad news is a Latvian came up with the final throw of the evening and managed to toss, I think it was 81.85, to just bump him back to 13th position. Only the top 12 move on. But all the same, just an excellent effort for Scott Russell, and he shared his emotions with Mark Lee afterward.
Scott, I guess it's a bittersweet night here tonight in Edmonton. Another Canadian record for you, but it's just one placing shy of getting you into the final.
I couldn't ask for more, really. I threw my best, almost 3 consecutive throws, and was just shy. The last guy on that last throw just snuck ahead of me.
That's all you can ask of yourself in a big competition like this. What was it like to throw with the great Olympic and world champion Jan Zelezny?
Oh, fantastic. All those guys are amazing. And I'm looking forward to watching the final. Just unfortunately, I couldn't be in it.
You're a young man at only 22. What does this tell you about what's possible down the road?
I know I can play with the big boys.
All right. Congratulations on a great showing here, Scott.
Oh, thanks again.
Thanks for your time. All right, thanks again.
Scott Russell of Windsor, a new Canadian record, 81.66, and just a fantastic summer for Scott. When we come back, Richard Duncan did not move through to the finals of the men's long jump.
Royal Bank Financial Group Athletic Series World Championships on CBC. Brought to you by Royal Bank Financial Group. Make the most of your dreams.
All right, where does 10 days go? Where did the 3.5 hours this afternoon go? A spectacular Sunday at Commonwealth Stadium as fans stand by for the closing ceremony. That'll be seen tomorrow night. Mark Lee, let's begin a roundup with you. Perhaps a final thought or a significant impression of the past 10 days of competition here?
Well, Ron, these games will be recorded as the worst ever performance by a Canadian team at a World Championship, dropping from a high in 1983 in Helsinki, an 11th overall in terms of top 8 performances, which is really an example of the depth of the Canadian team. Canadians, we haven't got the final tally yet. We'll probably be between 40 and 45th overall in the world, but forget those numbers. My impression here, meeting them in the mix zone over the last 10 days, is one of kids who really try hard, kids who probably don't get as many breaks and as much funding as other major nations around the world, but fresh faces who I think we'll see in the next 4 to 8 years. Athens in 2004, kids I think that we can be proud of, and be proud of just as well here too.
Excellent, Mark. We're always grateful, of course, to have Jeff Gowan, Don Whitman, and Michael Smith in the broadcast booth. If you don't know, Jeff is a longtime president of the Canadian Coaching Association of Canada, retired from that post now, but 25 years in that position. And this year, for the first time ever at the Canadian Sport Awards, they presented a new award in Jeff's name that would be presented to the Coach of the Year, who happened to be Dr. Doug Clement, a driving force in track and field in Vancouver over the years. So Jeff, Don, and Michael, over to you for a wrap.
Thank you, Ron. And Dr. Gowan, your thoughts on these World Championships? You've seen a few of them, starting with 1983 in Helsinki.
Well, I thought it was excellent, Don, and I cheated a little bit. I started to write some down because there are so many great moments. The 100 meters for women, the 800 meters for women, that magnificent win by Mutola, the fine running by Diane Cummins of Canada. I had the 5,000 meters for men down, an outstanding race. Jonathan Edwards, of course, in the triple jump. Jan Zelezny in the javelin. And I think, finally, for the potential future performances, Scott Russell in the javelin for men.
Well, I know that Michael Smith was cheering every time Scott Russell in the javelin stepped into position to throw, and you were impressed with his performance.
Incredible throwing, a Canadian record. He is our hope for the future in the field events, along with Jason Tunks and Brad Snyder, who had Jason Tunks especially, who had a disappointing time in the discus, but he's going to come up big come the future.
Is Mike Nolan going to take some of those decathlon records away from a guy by the name of Michael Smith?
I sure hope so. He had a fabulous second day, 2 personal bests in the discus and javelin. He's going to move on to the future, hopefully score over 8,200 points next year.
And Ron, my personal memory, Zana Pintasevich blocked, defeating Marion Jones in the women's 100-meter final.
Good one, Don. Yeah, the upset of the week, no question about that. And for a Ukrainian to do it here in Edmonton was significant. United States 19 medals, Russia 19 to lead the way, so dead even in that regard. For
He is the only Canadian ever to throw a javelin in competition over 80 meters. And as he prepares to leave for the World University Games in China, he thinks he can throw it even farther. Russell established the Canadian record earlier this summer, but he smashed his own mark at the recent World Track and Field Championships in Edmonton with a throw of more than 81 meters. He was ranked 27th going into that competition and finished 13th, but the 6'9" hurler thinks he can do even better. Russell's been home for the past week, but he leaves tomorrow for China, where he hopes to set yet another Canadian record.
My training this year has been great. I haven't thrown that many meets, so I've been really healthy, which really helped me be able to compete well at both Canadians and Worlds, and I've had a couple weeks off of meets and that going into the World Students, so I think I'm ready to hopefully throw another record.
Yeah, he can have any record he wants at 6'9".
Yeah.
He's going to kick off this hoedown. What a great touch. Team Canada always finds a way, Helen, to sneak a Canadian flag in. This tradition started with Caroline Letheren and went back to a group of school students in Japan who originally made one prior to the 1996 Olympics. They were preparing for the Nagano Games, and Caroline brought that back. It was sneaked into the Atlanta Olympic closing ceremony. This is a different flag we're seeing here, quite clearly signed by...
red banners on both sides.
Canadian all-time record set in Group A. Record is 87-81 for Massachusetts. 1976 for Jan Zelezny. A championship record. An improvement for Marlowe to 1444, but she remains in fourth place in the women's triple jump. Next up will be the three current medals. Les trois qualifiés directs, Zelezny and Marion Jones, offrir la limite de qualification. prolongation de 84 mètres. Leaders 54 from Marin over in the triple jump, and that will bring us to the fifth jump by Levadeva. Ça ne sera pas meilleur pour Lebedeva qui revient en arrière. Légèrement sur ce saut, 14,54 pour Marinova précédemment, ça n'était pas meilleur non plus, elle reste en deuxième position avec 14,58. Lebedeva même toujours avec 15 mètres.
I'm going to do another one.
Deuxième place à son dernier essai. De la finale du 200 mètres femmes, Marion Jones, sélectionné pour arrêter la séquence.
Bouncing back after the 100. Edmonton is a good city to be sledging these championships.
We're two throwers into the third and final round, and we can tell you that combining the results of groups A and B at this point from Group A, Steve battling Great Britain at 81 meters 50 is currently in 12th position. There are 9 men here still throwing, and any one of them could bounce badly from the final.
Sur l'écran numéro 1, le classement après 2 essais dans le groupe B de qualification du lancer du javelin, et pour l'instant sur l'ensemble des deux groupes.
And the next event on the track will be the men's 1,500 meters semifinals.
Le record du Canada est de 80 mètres 17 sur 18 et il rentre dans les qualifiés, il est 12e sur l'ensemble des deux groupes. Steve Vallée passe en 13e position.
Russell now in 12, 2 throwers remaining. Et Waldemar Lufis ensuite pour sortir sur le sol des ouvriers. Washington, 81.66, he needs to pass Russell, and he does not.
Drapeau rouge pour la Hongrie, de toute façon c'était intérieur. Un essai, encore à Waldemar Lufis. Vamos, Calvo!
Allez, Mehdi! An 81.67 puts him in. And he is in. Really great cut through. So, Scott Russell, the new Canadian record
And for his first throw tonight, the Canadian record holder in the javelin, Scott Russell. Athletics Alberta 50-50 daily draw. The winning number tonight, 83994. 83994. If that... Unofficial results being posted on the scoreboard, and you see a very happy Marion Jones on screen 2.
Le officieux de la finale du 200 mètres femmes, Zelezny and Marion White dans ce score.
An improvement for Levieva, 15 meters 25. The two farthest jumps in the world this year.
15 mètres 25, meilleure performance mondiale de la saison, une nouvelle fois pour les Médiévas.
Scott Russell.
80 mètres 50 pour se qualifier pour la finale pour le moment. Le record du Canada est de 80 mètres 17. C'est
81.56. Canadian record, he's now 12th overall.
Record du Canada pour Scott Russell et il rentre dans les qualifiés. Il est 12e sur l'ensemble des deux groupes. Steve Backley passe en 13e position.
Russell now at 12. Throwers remaining. Those two win championships.